Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm going to do my regular, try to do all my news videos here in the same game. Start some NFL news, because I just want to get all this way, because I'll probably be gone early tomorrow, so I'll be back, though. I'll be back home, probably. I'll probably be gone for a little bit, so I just want to get all my regular news videos in the same video here tonight, so I don't have to try and spam them just in the morning, or throughout the night, because I only want to do my final 2 baseball videos I have for tonight. So let's get into the NFL here. So the hashtag Patriots were willing to pay hashtag 49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk up to $32 million per season per Aunt Mike Reese. Seems like Brandon Ayuk really did not want to go to New England. So yeah, they were willing to pay him up to $32 million per season, which would be wild. I don't know if I want to say overpay. I could say one of the overpays of the century, but New England's not going to win anything. And I'm not saying Pittsburgh is either, and I'm not saying the Cleveland Browns will either. He should just stay with the 49ers. I mean, I guess Steelers, because they went, what, 9-7 last year, 9-7, 10-7. But why would he go to the Patriots, though? I mean, I guess because it would be one of the biggest contracts for wide receiver ever. I guess because of the money. But he's kind of being difficult. You know, you want to be traded, but when they're willing to give you that money, you're like, no, 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 no. So he's kind of being a little bit difficult. He should kind of be being a drama queen, if we're being honest here. If you want to get traded, then you would accept any trade, especially if you're... Dude, if it was me getting $32 million? Come on. But I mean, it is the Patriots though, so I'll give them a pass. So some big news for the Jets. They have taken star wide receiver Mike Williams. Yeah, I don't think he's a star JPA football. It says star wide receiver Mike Williams on the PUP list. Star wide receiver Mike Williams. Must have. I thought a star meant a star player. This guy's injury prone. He's a bum. So as they continue to move closer towards trading Brandon Ayuk, the 49ers are working out free agent wide receiver Robbie Anderson, Chosen Anderson. He's still. I don't know how this dude's still getting workouts. Dude, there's no way they're gonna try and get freaking Robbie Anderson. Or Chosen Anderson, whatever his name is. There's no way they're gonna trade Brandon Ayuk. Just Brandon Ayuk to replace him with Robbie Anderson. So Colts wide receiver Josh Downs suffered a high ankle sprain during practice today and can be out for about a month. Per at Jay Fowler, ESPN, his status for week 1 is up in the air. Man, that's a tough break for the Colts, man. One of their young receivers that show some really good promise suffered a high ankle sprain and could be out for at least a month, and just gotta see about week 1. They could but these injuries can really nag throughout the season as well, like these ankle injuries. Now, who cares about this revisited trade with the Bears, Panthers? Basically, who cares? So, per report, the Steelers have a verbal agreement in place with the 49ers for Brandon Ayuk, per at the Pony Express. All the terms of the deal and contract details are being hammered out now. The wide receiver is coming to Pittsburgh. Yeah, this was some report from the Pony Express, which it didn't happen. I think it was taken out of context or something. He said, the Pony Express said, I don't know why I can't call it the Pony Express, said, when he said the Steelers were reportedly out, they had not been told that and believed Ayuk wouldn't accept a deal in England. He literally said it like 2 days ago. Like it was at the goal line of trade between those two. But yeah, apparently the Pony Express with a fake report. So... Had to let that yawn out there. So the Lions and Giants have each been fined $200,000. Oh my lord, what is happening on the channel? $200,000 for the multiple fights that broke out their joint practices earlier this week, per at Tom Pelissero. $200,000. I mean, 5 fights in 2 days is pretty insane, so yeah, it kind of deserves fines. So some bad news from practice today. Wide receiver Rondale Moore was carted off the practice field with an air cast on his right leg. Man, so many injuries in practice. Sucks. So the Seahawks are signing free agent center Connor Williams to a 1-year deal worth up to $6 million per Adam Schefter. So a low risk, high reward type deal here. So the Patriots have removed themselves from the running for 49ers star wide receiver Brandon Ayuk per Adam Schefter. And they tried, but I assume they tried. It probably fell through. And the Patriots were willing to give him the money, but he just didn't want it. He just didn't want to go to New England. But yeah, so all the NFL news I want to talk about. Let's get to some NBA here on the channel. The first thing I want to talk about is my Warriors. They believe Brandon Pajemski is their, end quote, guard of the future. So pretty much basically saying he's untouchable. I don't know. Who else we're going to have as a young guard? Because Curry's 36. I'm not saying he's Steph Curry, but he's the only young guard we have. I think he's good. Like, he had a good rookie year, but him being untouchable, though, I don't know about that. But he is a hard worker, really good rebounder, but it's kind of crazy he was made untouchable for Lauri Markkanen, but I get that. But he's a playmaker, and the Warriors are short on ball-handling players as it is, so I just don't think we'd win anything with Lauri Markkanen anyways. Like, I'd rather keep a young guard with Pajemski, who has good potential, and Kuminga with good potential, and don't throw away. I don't know. People are going to laugh. We're going to laugh at us no matter what we did in this situation. So, you want to keep your future if you aren't going to be serious contenders. Even with Lauri Markkanen, I don't think that makes us a serious contender. So, that's just me. Kyle Guy. He's retiring from the game of basketball. March Madness and Summer League legend, Kyle Guy. Patrick Beverly on the Pat Bab podcast, he says he's happy to be playing basketball again instead of standing in the corner and being a role player with the Bucks. I go back to the row where 7 seconds to go. Give me the ball, watch me rock. Isolation, step back, I get the hoop. You know, that's what people forget about, like it's cool. Played a great role. I had a phenomenal NBA career while I was in the NBA. But I don't want to stand in the corner and play with the Bucks. Pat Bev thinks he's about to be him overseas, be the #1 player. He could be him overseas. Bro's acting like he's been a #1 option for. Buddy, the next 5 years going to be yours now? Dude. He's basically saying he wants to be a #1 option. Okay. Kendra Andrews, Steph Curry and Draymond Green, they're reportedly excited about the moves the Warriors made this summer. Getting, who do we get? Anthony Melton, Kyle Anderson. Some good depth pieces that will help this team. We'll see. We'll have to see. So TNT could rebrand inside the NBA studio show to a broader show covering all of sports. Just imagine Shaquille O'Neal and the TNT crew discussing NASCAR and have Draymond Green on there. Hey, Kyle Busch there. He wrecked again. And then you have Shaq discussing NHRA. It's kind of entertainment, so I don't see why not. But Charles Barkley, he won't retire. Instead, he'll stay with TNT Sports to complete his 10-year, $210 million contract, per Andrew Marchand. They're gonna have the Chuckster covering the NHL playoffs. You'd have Chuck could cover NASCAR on TNT, and Draymond covers the NHL. I mean, he covers March Madness, so I mean, he could. Ernie Johnson does MLB coverage. Yeah, he does the playoffs. Honestly, I'll be glad if Charles Barkley's back. So the Utah Jazz are a sleeper candidate for Brandon Ingram, and the Pelicans have been linked to Walker Kessler for over a year now, per at @CClark_13. Jazz or team NBA insiders have circled as being a potential Ingram suitor. The bigs on Utah's roster include Kessler, Collins, Eubanks, and Filipowski. Kessler, who's still on his rookie contract, offers rim protection. A quality Pelicans executive, David Griffin, has been seeking to have for more than a year. I mean, that one actually seems like a good trade for both teams, to be honest. Because the Pelicans need rim protection, and the Jazz could use a player like Brandon Ingram. So my Warriors, they're not interested in players such as Brandon Ingram or Zach LaVine. So I guess we're not interested in winning games. Well, I mean, would it really add much for us, though? It's not really going to help us win. So the Warriors, their final offer for Lauri Markkanen before he signed his extension: Moses Moody, multiple first-round picks, pick swaps, and second-rounders. This trade offer is like trash. Come on. Moses Moody? They're not going to just take Moses Moody? I mean, they could have took it. Donovan Mitchell, he's picking the Thunder or the Wolves to make the finals in 2025. So he knows damn well the Cavs ain't making it. An anonymous NBA scout called out Joe Cronin, basically, asking for 2 first-round picks for Jeremy Grant's hilarious. And yeah, he's going to be a future McDonald's worker. This NBA executive doesn't believe Jeremy Grant will make the Lakers better. He's way better than Rui Hachimura on both ends. He's a good fit, and he had a good year. He's done good with Portland, so I don't see how it wouldn't be a good fit. Get to some NASCAR news. So, College Racing's confirmed that Bruce Schlicker is no longer with the team. Kevin Walter had been the crew chief for the number 11, will move over to the crew chief duties for Shane Van Gisbergen and begin with Michigan. Don't know, kind of confusing of why they're letting their crew chief go, so it's kind of strange, but I guess they want to make this move for some reason. So NASCAR's updated its red flag procedure to include an item about pushing a car that is stalled when the race resumes. Vehicles requiring additional assistance may be penalized with a tail of the field penalty. So, determined solely by NASCAR. Oh great, can't wait for more terrible decisions in the future. Busch Motorsports has been awarded a $105,000 judgment in its lawsuit against Rev Racing, Mecklenburg County Court records show. So he won something at least. Car also has updated at-track penalty rule that if a driver has a pass-through at the start because of a take issue, the pass-through has to occur under green. So if yellow flag comes out on the opening lap, they don't drop to the rear on the restart, they must serve penalty under green. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. NASCAR changing rules mid-season. Zilch is going to the 88 full-time for Junior Motorsports next year. I don't know where Carson Quavel's going, but they should let go of Brandon Jones, bring him in. The truck race October 4th at Talladega will have a start time of 4:30 p.m., half hour earlier than originally scheduled. It shouldn't be starting that late anyways. Should be 1 or 2 p.m., but shocker. It's happening late. But yeah, it's all the NASCAR news I wanted to get into, so we'll see if we can find some wrestling news here, ladies and gentlemen. GQ confirms there will be release of Bloodline branded sneakers in 2025. That's gonna be fire. It's gonna be sick. So Rhea Ripley popping her shoulder back into place was by far WWE's most viewed clip from SummerSlam on social platform. Over 56 million views on Roman's or on the Instagram page. It was well executed, so people love Rhea Ripley, pal. Announced by WWE, CM Punk will be appearing as a special guest for the first episode of NXT on the CW live from Chicago, Illinois. Randy Orton will appear on the second episode from St. Louis, Missouri. It's gonna be cinema, pal. So the Undertaker states that Logan Paul made the U.S. title mean something. What you've done with your platform for that title has been very impressive. You actually made that mean something. He barely defended the title, so rare L from the Undertaker. Liv Morgan is Women's World Champion. Liv Morgan is signed with Paradigm Talent Agency, representation in all areas of entertainment. The first episode of WWE NXT from the CW will be held live from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois on Tuesday, October 1st. So CM Punk's going to be there. It's going to be cinema. Next week on Raw, Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The Intercontinental Championship, Gunther and Randy Orton's official for Bash of the Berlin on August 31st, and Roman Reigns is back this Friday. So that's all I got to say for this video. Next time out. Peace.